Hello, everyone. This is your coach Geeta Dubey, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm back again with another very informational video, which I think would benefit most of you. And it's one of the very important concepts we need to learn, which is unleashing your values for your potential. And we'll be talking all about your values today. Before I start that, please don't forget to press the bell icon and, of course, press the like button so I would know I'm on the right direction for making such inspirational videos for you all. And also, please do subscribe to my channel. That would really help me and encourage me to make such more videos. So, with that, let's get started. So, the question which we'll be addressing today is, what is the most important to me in my life? So, I want this to be a very functional video because you can work with me. I'm going to be asking you questions and then we can discuss a little bit more. It's like a client when I'm working with a client. So, if you are interested, please bring your notepad and a pen and let's start working on it. So, the first question which we'll be addressing, and the most important one I could say, is what is the most important to me in life? Okay, so you can pause the video here, think about it, brainstorm the answer to this question, and you will be able to come up with a list of your values. So, what you like, what you don't like, what are you looking forward to? Just write down anything. You can make it as a pointers or you can write it as a paragraph, anything you prefer. But I really want you to write on it, okay? So before we start with all the values, we need to know what values are. What are we really talking about here? So to value something means to place the importance upon it, correct? So when you value something, it means we truly like it. We want to give it all our attention and we want to give all our importance to it, okay? Anything that would hold dear in life can be termed as value. I think you'll all agree with me that. Life values can be divided into two parts: means value, and the second one is ends value. So love, family, money are common values described by people. Most of the people, when you speak to them, they only talk about these common values: love, family, money, to some extent health, okay? Like these are the very common values we discuss in everyday life. Out of these, love is the end value, an emotional state that one desires. So whenever you achieve something in your life, what you get out of it is the end value. I'll describe it more here. Whereas the family and the money are means value. They are a way to trigger the emotional state one desires, right? So let's see, people say, if I will make this much of money, then I will be very happy. You've seen those statements, and probably it's true for yourself also. If you're trying to achieve something in your life, you would say, when I get this, I would be happy. When I get that, I would be happy. Or when I marry this person, I would be happy. Things like that, okay? So you're trying to achieve emotional state, which is like happiness, love, joy, all those emotional states. So they are those can be termed as end values. For example, if you ask the question, what does the family give you? What does the money really mean to you? The result could be happy, security, happiness, love, right? We should focus on the end values because that is what we want to experience. So we are talking about the experience. So values are nothing what you want to experience in your life in the form of emotional state. Okay, so I hope you understood. So what you're trying, so your end goal is to achieve the end values. Okay, so remember the end. So this is the emotional state I'm trying to achieve. So let's talk about the types of values. So primarily there are only two. Okay, there are moving toward values and moving away. So I think it is very self-explanatory that when you move towards something, it's your towards value. When you're moving away from it, it's a away values. So now we'll talk about each one of them in details. So what is a moving towards value? Okay, it is absolutely that true that what we are constantly motivated to move toward pleasurable emotional state. Okay, however, it is also true that we value some emotions more than others. Okay, please pay attention to this. So this could be like, for some people could be happiness is number one, joy is number two, uh, some kind of like passion is number three. So you can write your values like that. So what is number one for you? Number two. For example, what are the emotions that will give you the most pleasure, love or success? So you can think about it. So at this point of time, which of these values are playing a priority for you? Love, success, freedom, intimacy, adventure, or security? You can write down in those forms. These pleasurable states that we value most are the moving towards value, because these are the emotional states that we will do the most to attain. Okay, we'll work hard towards that. Some of these values are, now pay attention, now you can write a list of them and then you can prioritize accordingly. So love, success, freedom, intimacy, security, adventure, power, passion, comfort, and health. It is very important to understand that we do not value all these equally. Okay, so for some people, love could be number one. For some people, success could be number one. For some people, power could be number one. Okay, so we don't actually put them in the same measuring level. Okay, or we don't put them in the same equal level. We should understand this hierarchy because they control the way we make decisions in our each moment in our life. Some people value comfort over passion, or freedom over security, or intimacy over success. So right now when you're working with me at this point, so please write down which are your top ones, or probably top 5, top 6, or top 3, whichever you're able to identify. You can always come back to this video and do it again. Okay. So what we're trying to achieve here is basically we need to realize that we must accomplish our highest values first, and there is always a way to accomplish all our values simultaneously. So the end result we are trying to get from this is we need to know our highest values as priorities, and that will help us to understand all our secondary values, and they will be taken care of. So now, what are moving away? So at the word suggests, away means going away. Okay, just as there are emotions we want to experience because they are pleasurable, we also have a list of emotions that we will do almost anything to move away from. So I think most of you will agree from me. There could be any experiences you had. It could be a place, job, career, business, person, things, right? So you want to move away from them. Okay, so we're talking about the experience you had with them, and now you don't want to interact with them anymore, so you're moving away from them. Sometimes a moving away from value can be much stronger than moving toward value, thereby impacting our decisions making. Okay, for example, I could have an honesty as a moving toward value and avoiding the pain as moving away from value, and avoiding the pain is more important than honesty, correct? In some situations, if telling the truth results in pain for a person, he may not tell the truth at all and keep quiet. I think we all have experienced that, including me. Sometimes when we are trying to say something, but circumstances were not in conducive that I could use those words and tell the truth, because that could result in something else. So you keep quiet, or I kept quiet. But keeping quiet is always, don't think that it'll go away. So you experience an emotion there, and most likely it was an emotion of a pain that you were holding on to. Okay, the relative levels of pains we associate with the certain emotions will affect our decision making. So I think you will all agree with me. So pay very clear attention here in a form that you really need to know what is your moving away values, right? And what are the pains, what are the values associated with it. So I have written some of them. You can just put across whatever the experience you had and what the intensity you had. So right now, if you're working with me, so rejection, anger, frustration, every area of their life, simply by consciously selecting or redirecting the order and the content of their values in hierarchy system. Okay, this could be done. Yes, 100%. So you can definitely change your values, and you can bring whatever the emotional state in your life by understanding what to do in the terms of values and what not to do in terms of values. For example, what to keep or what to add, the values which will help you to move towards your goal, and which values to eliminate. And I'll be talking more about that. Yes, if one truly wants to achieve what he wants to achieve, and then this can be done. What do my values need to be in order to create my ultimate destiny, in order to be the best person I could possibly be? In order to have the largest impact in my lifetime, most of us are looking for that kind of impactful journey, right? Where we're able to make a profound impact on other people's life and adding value to their life, correct? We keep saying that I want to add value to people's life, correct? Look at what values need to be added and what values need to be simply eliminated. So as a coach, when I'm doing a session, so I'm just giving you a little bit of glimpse how I do the sessions and what questions I ask, because that will help you today to identify your moving towards value and moving away values. And that will be a great, probably a game changer for some of you if you're doing it with me. Or you can always come back to this video later and keep repeating it till you find your answers, until you're able to identify your values. So I can guide the client on the following. The list down all the moving towards value. Now we are moving towards the pleasurable state we are looking forward to. The client can then list these values in order of their priority. You can put that you want happiness first, or you want love first, or you want whatever your towards value would be. Okay, so you can find the examples in the previous slides. What are those towards values? These can be very revealing. It highlights whether the client's decisions are in line with their top values. The client can understand why she heads in the direction and she does a consistent basis. So you will get your answers, what patterns you are keep repeating and why are you doing it all the time. Okay. By seeing the hierarchy of the values, the client can understand why sometimes she has a difficulty in making decisions, because probably you are not able to make the right decisions. It could be one of your values which is holding you back. This can happen if there are contrasting values lying near to each other. So, right? So, if you have a contrasting values lying close to each other, so your mind will not be able to understand which one should I follow. Once the client is aware of her values and their priorities, she can also find out the values of her near and dear ones, as this can help her to have an insight into their decision making. Help the client to relook at their values, decide A, what values to add, and B, what values to remove. Okay, when we are working with a client, this is what we are focusing on, that what he or she needs help with, what values you need to identify which you need to add to your list, and what values you need to just eliminate or remove. Whether the hierarchy needs to be changed, some questions that can help are. So I'm giving you the real session here, okay? So these questions, please sit down when you have a time, answer them honestly, and work on them. I mean, if you have to keep working on them till you get some satisfaction, please do so. Okay, don't rush into any of those answers quickly. Okay, it's very important. You can definitely change your values, and that can help you to change your life and achieve your goals and become your highest potential. Okay, and so number one question: what my values need to be for me to achieve my goals. So now, if you're working for so many particular goals, please think about it. What values do I need? For example, some people lack motivation when you're working towards goals. So please see the consistent motivation you're getting and how that can help you. You can also watch one of my videos which I've talked about the science of motivation and how your mind works. Okay, so you can go and watch that as well. The number two question would be, what other values would I need to add? So now you're thinking, okay, so these are the values I don't have or I think I need to add. So just write down a list of those. What values should I eliminate from my list in order to achieve my ultimate potential? Okay, so now you need to know, okay, sometimes people or clients say I get frustrated with so and so, some kind of word, some person, place, or anything. So you need to identify that, okay, so these are my kind of values which is holding me back, and they're giving me this kind of emotion, so I need to remove them or I need to eliminate because I'm working on something more achievable or a goal or anything you are planning to do. What benefit do I get by having these values in the position on my hierarchy? So now this is a very, very important question. Please pay attention. So now when you write your list of your values, put them in a hierarchy, that which is the most important one, second important one, third, like a priority wise. This is the thing I want. Probably some people have love, this the most important. Some people have security, the most important one. Some people have success. So you need to know that what is your number one, what is your number two, and what is your number three. Okay. In what order do my values need to be to achieve my ultimate potential? Again, that's your hierarchy and then your potential. Now, if you're trying to achieve a goal, so make sure that you have your values done in priority, and you can just rethink, and you can change it, by the way. Please don't feel the first time you do this exercise, you will be able to get your answers. It's not that easy exercise. You need to work harder on it, because you need to think, what is the end? Values I talked about them in the form of emotions you're getting. So you need to understand, like, what is happening to me? So that should be your goal. If you're trying to achieve like success, if that is your topmost value, then how to achieve that? What kind of emotions or emotional state you will associate with it. Okay, so you need to think hard. So I think you can revisit or come back and watch this video as many times, because this will help you a lot to achieve in your life. I think this is one of the most important videos person can watch and get really some good results out of it. And like I said, you can please come back and watch these videos as many times as you want. Keep working on it till you get your answers, till you, if let's say you have identified your values but they are not working out, like that's what I sometimes tell my client after 2 months, is if something is not working out, you need to change something there. Okay, because probably you need to eliminate something which had been working a month before, or you need to add something which could help to boost up to reach to a goal. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So with that, that was the end of the session, and please don't forget to press the bell icon and like button and share some comments, and do share this video. Someone might be able to understand their values at a deeper level and probably able to identify them as well. Please do comment that are you able to see what kind of potential you have and how your values are holding you back. Which value are you going to be working on at first? It could be a 2-word value, or which value will be eliminating first, which could be your away value. That would really give me a lot of encouragement. And also do visit to my website, which is www.geetadube.com. And last but not the least, please do subscribe to my channel. I'll be back again with such inspirational videos on business growth, life, and motivational tips. And with that, you all have a wonderful day.